Hi, in this video I would like to share my impressions after I have seen a Tesla Cybertruck in person in a Tesla store in Oslo in November 2024, and after I have watched actually pretty much every single video about the Cybertruck in YouTube when it comes to specifically highly technical and profound video reviews, especially from such gurus like Sandy Munro from Munro Life channel. And without further ado, let me share what I was able to find out about Cybertruck so far. Okay, I will play here this clip from Tesla and also comment on it. So the Tesla CyberCab is the Tesla's vision on autonomous personal transport. As we can see in the clip, a girl approaches the car after calling it from a mobile app, and the car just drives her or other persons or a small group of two people, whatever they want, working like a taxi. That's the primary idea and vision behind the Tesla Cybercab, to make an autonomous taxi which will require no driver, which will take a lot of cargo on board. The cargo space is really huge, and the space inside the cabin is huge as well. So let's talk about tech, and I want to start with Sandy Munro from Munro Life channel. Let me play this clip for you.
That disappears.
At a starting price of under 30 grand, how do you think Tesla plans to balance affordability with cutting-edge technology?
The cutting-edge technology is already.
So Tesla Cybercab will be a relatively low-priced vehicle, cheaper than Tesla Model 3, due to of course obvious reasons. It will be cheaper to manufacture a Cybercab. It will be only a two-seater car. Dimensions in general are smaller, and about what is actually allowing car for Tesla to be so inexpensive, relatively inexpensive in manufacturing, let's hear directly from Sandy Munro.
There. As far as I'm concerned, what we experienced, what Eric and I experienced when we were driving around, was as good as anything I could have ever hoped for.
On this video, that was event in late October, V Robot event, where Tesla hired and set up a Warner Brothers studio. It was a very cool event, excellent and so entertaining, and every visitor were allowed to take a ride inside the Warner Brothers studio in Tesla Cybercab, as well as we can see on the screens, in other Teslas, particularly Model Y and Model 3, when the cars were driving in autonomous mode without any driver behind the wheel.
The 30 grand, I can tell you right now, there's no back seat. That's gone. There's no. There's a lot of features and functions that are in the robotaxi that are not like what you'd see inside of a Model Y or 3, and definitely not in an S or an X or a Cybertruck.
What is noticeable over here, that the window is particularly in low profile, but very wide, because the doors are really long doors, and we can see the view from the cabin where the Munro Life operator films the Sandy.
It's a toned down version because it's a taxi. Just like all taxis, they go with hard plastic and what I would call industrial kinds of plastics.
So I have seen Tesla Cybercab in Oslo. I will play clips from my visit to Tesla store. But what Sandy is talking about, that the cabin, at least the headliner, is made of a kind of industrial industrial plastic. It's very hard and most importantly very durable. However, the seats themselves and the carpet on the floor did not look cheap at all. The seats were very wide, nicely designed and very cushy with low bolsters. The carpet was actually not just a rubber mat on the floor, but it was a carpet to bring some coziness into the interior, if I can say so.
People throw up in taxi cabs and things like that. So this vehicle has a much less expensive interior than what you'd see in a normal Tesla. It also only has 2 doors. Doors are expensive, and so is the surrounds and everything else that goes along with them. I don't see any problem getting you down to 30 grand, in the range of 30 grand. It should be easy peasy.
You mentioned
Okay, I think this is a good moment for me to play a few of my own clips before we continue with video of Sandy. So as Sandy mentioned, and he will mention it later on in the video, that the skins, the body skins of the Tesla CyberCab are made of carbon fiber sheet molded compound, and he was able to distinguish it by knocking on the door panel. Let me play the clip, what I have recorded.
that you believe the
So this is the sound, this is the noise what the carbon fiber makes once you knock on it. That is definitely not plastic. And the other thing which shows us as customers that doors are not made from steel, that is the inner part of the door, which as you can see on the screen does not have any sort of welding seams. It's just a glued sheet molded compound carbon fiber on the outer skin glued to the inner part of the door. And that is my clip, and I would like to play it for you. There is not even a single welding seam. It's all glued. The carbon fiber skins are really strong and lightweight, and that is allowed Tesla to get maximum range from the lightweight car. Okay, this will be the next clip, but I would like to go back to Sandy first.
I don't see any problem getting you down to 30 grand, in the range of 30 grand. It should be easy peasy.
You mentioned that you believe the CyberCab prototype is made out of carbon fiber. Do you think Tesla will keep this material when production begins? And what potential cost savings does it offer?
Cost savings? Carbon fiber currently doesn't offer any cost savings. What it does offer is weight savings, which equates to total cost of ownership. So anytime you drag along anything that's too heavy, that takes away from your range, costs you more when you start looking at electricity. Or for those guys who still think that ice is the best on the planet, well, weight affects range as well. So I don't think if I was doing it right now, I would probably stay with carbon fiber because it's the only skins. I mean, BMW put out a car that had basically a woven material that was the outside skins.
And in here, Sandy is talking about BMW i3.
All the rest of the stuff was like the skins of a car really don't do much to protect you. It's all the skeleton inside that makes your car safe. And if this is a low speed vehicle and I don't have to worry about noise, I could probably get away with carbon fiber because, quite frankly, it'll work just fine. And by the way, it was chilly outside and was nice and warm inside the robotaxi.
And this can also tell us that most likely Tesla is using the heat pump system for the Tesla CyberCab, which is very likely. Heat pumps are very efficient, and they did not have to buy or develop any other old-fashioned just a PTE heater, because they all have their own production of heat pump system. All right. And if you, by the way, did not know who is the Sandy Monroe on the video that I'm playing, I will tell you that Sandy Monroe is a engineer who used to work in the United States for major car companies, including General Motors and Ford. And I will place a link on his video in the description and also in the first comment. And he is the main source of information what I'm using just to level up my knowledge about car industry, about electric vehicles, and about Teslas. And he was the person who suggested to Elon Musk to improve the design of Tesla Model 3, the very first Tesla Model 3 which came up in 2018, particularly in the underbody, at the rear underbody of the car, and the wheel arc. And after that, Elon Musk listened, and they introduced Tesla Model Y with the rear underbody casting. And then this story just grew, and now Tesla is using giga castings widely in their products. And maybe there is also a giga casting in a Tesla CyberCab, and I will play my clips in a short while, and we will try to figure out.
What are the advantages of using inductive charging for the CyberCab compared to traditional plug-in charging?
It's fast. It's easier. Okay, so I'm surprised that women don't watch my programs. I don't know why that is, but if you men maybe could ask your wives, girlfriends, sisters, daughters, whatever, to watch, it might be a good idea.
Okay, here the question was about induction charging. Let me play you this clip. As you can see, Tesla CyberCab will have an induction charging. It will not have any sort of plug, either North American charging standard or whatever. It will be capable of induction charging and induction charging only. And the way it works, let's hear the way how it works. I would like to let you hear from Sandy himself.
Because I haven't found a whole lot of women. I haven't found a whole lot of women that like the idea of getting out into the pouring rain or the snow so they can gas up their vehicles. I don't know many kids, I don't know anybody really who who loves the smell of gas or diesel fuel. But the inconvenience associated with getting out of your car when it's nasty out and picking up a hose or a big electrical cord and shoving it into your car and then going back into your car, and if it's electric, no problem, you can stay nice and warm and dry. But if you're in an ice vehicle and it's cold outside, it's not going to take long to get cold inside because you can't leave the heat on. So at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure that if I had my druthers, I'd rather do inductive charging because I'll just drive over the top of it, and I don't have to get out of the car, and basically it'll be drive in, drive out. It'll be just a thoroughfare instead of trying to drive in or back in and then back out or pull out. With induction, I would just make it, you're going to go in like a car wash. You go into a little trough, boom, you're done. And you wait for a little while, and then a little ding comes up in your Tesla and says, okay, you're done, and you drive away. That's my idea of a good time. Yeah.
What challenges do you anticipate with implementing inductive charging technology in the CyberCab?
I don't anticipate any problems associated with inductive charging. Period. It's around. It's been around for quite some time. Most of you have a cell phone. When you go to an inductive charger, you've got a little pad sitting there, and basically you put your phone on top of it, and I hate to keep using the same word, but the little pad is charging your phone. To get into inductive charging might take me a while, but in essence, that communication that comes from the little pad that's sitting on your table plugged into the wall and your phone is basically the same thing that's going to happen with the cyber taxi or anything else that goes to induction charging. This is the way it's going to be. Now, with your phone, you lay it on top and it goes bong, and you do what you do. But with a car, it can be a little further away. So that experience you have with your cell phone, it has to be touching. Doesn't necessarily have to be touching with induction into a vehicle, because the voltages are much higher. It's not going to be any problem whatsoever. This science has been known forever.
The CyberCab will be hailed through an app similar to Uber, and once you request one, it will be available for your needs throughout the day. How do you envision this competing with services like Uber and Lyft?
I think it's like Uber and Lyft, only consistent. Sometimes I get an Uber ride, and it's a beautiful car, clean, spotless, and the driver's really nice. And then other times, like when we were trying to get to the Tesla event, the driver was obviously a new to the country, didn't really speak English.
So what Sandy is trying to say here, that Tesla will be very competitive with the own Tesla CyberCab, just like a separate purchase and also as a service, because Tesla full self driving in the United States are so good and so impressive already. It has all the data from 6 million Teslas driving all over the world when it comes to whether it is identifying how the car should react in case of some obstacle in front of the car, if there is a car crash or if there is a traffic light not working, giving priorities on the crossroads, etc., etc. And particularly in the US, it will know better all the roads, all the maybe road repair works, maybe changes in the road repairs, and it will basically drive better than a fresh driver from a service like Uber or Lyft. Okay, let's play Sandy.
I applaud him for getting a job. That's great. Anybody that's working, as far as I'm concerned, work is honorable no matter what you're doing. But it was a different kind of a ride. And anyway, we got there, but the car wasn't all that good, and the driver didn't really speak English. In the case of the CyberCab or the cyber taxi, whatever, you won't have that problem. It'll know what it needs to do and how it needs to get there, and that's that. It's going to be more convenient, probably faster, and you're always going to see the same consistency.
What challenges do you foresee in gaining regulatory approval for the CyberCab and RoboVan?
Depends.
Okay, this is not a topic which is really interesting and close to me, and this is not that Sandy can really say about confidently, because he's not making those regulations. What I can confidently show you, that this is, let me find it out, the clips what I made at the Tesla store when they presented a CyberCab in Norway. So let me play you these clips, and here is the front of the car, we can see over here that there is a camera in front. But also, what I wanted to show there, that was the size of the front tires. Okay, see the clip? Okay, the front tires, I don't know the anything else except of that wheels diameter is 18 inches. The rear wheels are of 21 inches. I have that as well over here. Rear wheels. So the rear wheels is 225/60 by R21, and the front wheels, front tires, let me front tires. Front tires are only 18 inches in diameter. Okay, what else I can play? Okay, here is the video. I recorded my screen and I used an ruler app on my iPhone 12 Pro with the LiDAR sensor, so that is pretty accurate. And when I was talking about CyberCab being used as a taxi, which will soon in 2026 be available, and it will start to roll out in Texas and California as a taxi service. So as Tesla checked the market and they concluded that almost like 100%, like vast majority of all the taxi trips, about 80 or 85-90%, are done with only a single person or maybe two persons in taxi. So they decided to make a CyberCab fulfilling the need of the vast majority of people using the taxi service. So they brought a two-seat vehicle with a huge trunk space, and it is really huge. Let me show it to you. Okay, here I am making a measurement of the trunk hedge, and that is like more than 1 meter, 1 meter 25 centimeters. So the opening is huge. The way the trunk opens is also really nice and usable, very practical. The hatch opens higher than 1 meter 77 centimeters. I am at the height of 1 meter 77 centimeters, and I was not hitting with my forehead against the hedge of the trunk. Okay, what else is interesting over here? It is pretty wide. Okay, that is not relevant. That was the outer dimensions of the trunk. Okay, and that is the height. Okay, so from the ledge down to the floor, you can see it is right here, around 1 meter 88 centimeters, and that is pretty accurate. Unfortunately, we were not able to sit in the car, neither we were allowed to touch the car or trunk or anything else, unfortunately. And I was standing next to the trunk, next to the trunk, and I was not hitting even the ledge. So the next video, which is worth watching, I will show you the window dimension. So that is something you have seen in a clip with Sandy. Oh, that is the wrong video. Hold on. Wait, I can turn this off. This is a suspension. Let me play you. Okay. CyberCab surprisingly has only a single wiper, since the car is not that long, neither the car is wide, so they were able to make it happen with a single wiper, which is good. Okay, back to the space in the trunk. So it has at the widest point 1 meter 20 centimeters. That is very wide but not so deep, right at the edge of the trunk. The main part is like 68-70 centimeters, so you will be able to fit two big suitcases, the largest ones of like 100 liters. If you set those on the side, and the trunk is just over 1 meter deep, which is huge. That is even longer than in the Tesla Model Y, and I will show you that clip as well. And around 54 centimeters at the highest point. So if I can see what will play next, that is the same trunk. The next will be, let's watch at the door opening. As you can see, the floor mats are not just a cheap rubber mats, but rather those are carpet to bring more coziness in the interior. The door is really wide, it's 90 centimeters, and the door goes up and away, so it's very easy to enter the car. I wish I could try that. Unfortunately, we did not have this opportunity. Alright. The car is low, the roof line is low. The roof line has a really cool design on the, so the roof is not just a slope, it has like an indent, same like you can see on supercars like Koenigsegg, for example. Okay, the seat is really long, I would say, and really wide. It's like almost a half meter from this measurement. I believe it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Okay, if I can show you the, what was that? Okay, this is just entering a Tesla store in Oslo. That is a nice view of the CyberCab. Okay, if I can show you here the same clip, let me show you what else here. And this is the Model Y front, and I will open you the same on hold on, let me play a little bit more. Okay, entering the store here, Tesla CyberCab trunk. Hold on, my ruler. Alright, so you can see here on the left screen, on the small screen, you have a Tesla Model Y. The length is 95 centimeters, where else CyberCab has, this was the good clip. So, trunk comparison of Tesla CyberCab versus the Model Y. At the widest part, Model Y is 93 centimeters, and CyberCab at the widest is 1 meter 27 centimeters roughly. Of course, this includes those extra spacers, which I did not include in Model Y, but you get the overall picture. And the length of the Tesla Model Y, as you can see, is 1 meter, and that is just over 1 meter, about 1 meter 8 centimeters on the CyberCab. So it's a really spacious trunk for just a two-door car, and usable height the maximum will be around 55-56 centimeters. I think that's enough about the trunk. What else I can show you? The door opening. Okay, let's talk about front camera. Tesla CyberCab, for purposes of being autonomous, uses all the cameras around. Particularly relatively new to Tesla is a front camera, which was first introduced in Tesla's Cybertruck, and we can see over here a front camera is used as well. I'm not sure if there was a camera washer, but I believe it should be. Okay, this is how the underbody, the front underbody looks like, very flat, as very typical to electric cars, very efficient. And we cannot see much more here except that front tires are from Continental, and as you confirmed, those are 18 inches in the front and 21 inches at the rear. Yes, I don't see dimensions over here, and I can see only part of front suspension, very flat bottom with a few bolts holding it together, and oh, it's 60. Okay, it's I don't see the whites of the tire, but I can only see that it is 18 inches in diameter, and 60% of the white is the height of the rubber, the thickness of the rubber used. I needed to crawl more under the car in order to see that, but I was even filming these videos, I was still getting a lot of attention from all the Tesla representatives in the store. So on this video we can see that the seats are really like a soft chairs, and the very wide headrest, very wide the back of the seat, one elbow support, carpet on the floor, and very wide and long cushion for a comfortable ride. And this will be, of course, the low-speed vehicle, as mentioned by Sandy. Really huge door opening, camera on the rear, of course, for the Tesla Vision system. What else is here? Okay, interior floor dimensions. That will be 1 meter 24 centimeters. That is same like the small bed. You know, if you buy a single bed mattress, it's like 90 centimeters wide. If you buy little wider, then it comes 1 meter 20, and then 1 meter 60, and then 1 meter 80. So in case of Tesla CyberCab, it's 1 meter 25 centimeters, the whites on the floor, which is pretty sufficient for a nice comfortable ride inside the car, where you can play videos on the screen, or you can play movies on the screen, and the screen is, by the way, 21 inches, so it's huge. The next video is a front window measurement. Alright, oh, this is a Model Y for the comparison. Let me then play CyberCab next to it, where it is. Okay, it is this one here. Front window, trunk. Let me see. By the way, if you are getting a value from the video so far, I would definitely appreciate your like and subscription. I'm making this kind of video for the first time. This setup is relatively new to me, where I basically stream live and your subscription will be really appreciated to grow my channel. And as I have already had another channel on YouTube, this is just an additional separate channel for the purpose of electric cars videos and impressions and test drives only. So I really will appreciate your comments and interactions. And what else am I able to show you here? Alright, 1 second. Model Y. Okay, in the meantime, let me play Sandy.
Depends on who gets in. I don't want to get into political. Kind of tough as hell. Every once in a while it would lose its mind and be because it could only lift up a certain amount, and it was electro-hydraulic. This thing could. Robots now can do simple tasks. That's why we do it, and that's why normal human beings don't want anything. This is what job.
Okay, a short introduction and short insert about the technologies from Sandy. In the meantime, well, I will watch the proper video. And here Sandy is talking about the V robot, where the CyberCab was actually shown along with the other technologies from Tesla, like it was Tesla humanoid robot.
This robot is a humanoid. This is an animatron, a real. This is what Leonardo da Vinci was trying to create when he was trying to create the ultimate warrior. A robot that can walk, talk, think, do tasks that no other robot I've ever seen can do. Again, I'm probably countering some guys with no experience whatsoever who either write stories or have deep financial knowledge. These clowns don't know shit from chew dates. I'm telling you right now, these robots are brilliant, and the price that he put out around $80,000, wowzers, that's extremely inexpensive. I don't know about longevity. I don't know how long they'll last on an assembly line and whatnot, or how long they'd last as a household servant. But 80 grand is not a hell of a lot to pay and that's a one-time buy. I'm really impressed with the robots.
So Sandy just shared his impression about Tesla humanoid robot Optimus. Tesla is making significant progress. They will represent very soon a next generation arm with much more free movements, much more range of movements and flexibilities in the fingers in particular. And Sandy is talking about application of these humanoid robots at the car manufacturing or maybe any other manufacturing process where a danger 3D is applied, that is dirty, drudgery and danger, where the jobs are really hard for the human being and people get very often injured. A humanoid robot can replace them and reduce the risk of serious injuries. Alright, back to CyberCab. I found the video, what I wanted to show you. This will be this video on one side and this video on the other side, where I will show you the dimensions of the windows. Okay, what do I have here? So on a Tesla Model Y, the window is 87 centimeters wide, where else on CyberCab, as I mentioned, the window had a really low profile opening, but it was really wide, and that is as wide as 1 meter 1 meter 9 centimeters versus like 87 centimeters on Model Y, which will still allow a lot of light to pass through into the cabin. Okay, the next video, which is worth playing, it will be about Viper. I talked about the Viper, trunk, door opening, entering, seats, interior dimensions, front, rear, bottom. Okay, let's look at the rear bottom diffuser. Let me play here. Yes, so first of all, as you can see, this car is a pre-production prototype number 16, exactly one of those cars which were showcased at the V-Robot event in October 2024. That's exactly shown on the number plate, October 2024, California, and vehicle number 16. And from the rear bottom end, you can see that there is also like a tail flap, which directs the air in the right way to reduce the coefficient of drag, and it is also flat because there is no exhaust pipe, and all the openings are covered at the maximum, as much as possible. They are covered with the plastic covers to reduce the air drag, and there is no charging port whatsoever as designed. Of course, this car in particular is still, as I was told by Tesla representatives, this car in particular is still charging with the cable, but we as the viewers did not see where the plug was. The plug is hidden, but as we were told by Tesla and as Sandy Monroe described, the car will be fully capable of induction charging by simply riding over the charging part, and thanks to the much higher voltage than on other devices like our smartphones, the car will not be required to touch the charging part, but induction charging can go on even at the further distance. So we can only see a couple of suspension arms. Suspension on the CyberCab is just a coil spring suspension, because this is not a luxury vehicle. Very simple, very good old-fashioned coil spring suspension. Nothing wrong with that. And maybe that's basically it, what I was able to find about CyberCab. Before I go, it's only one thing left to talk about, and that is about carbon fiber skins. Once again, here is a really nice view of the interior, really wide opening, cameras, as you can see. So on Tesla, like on this Model Y, let me play this video if I can show you. Yes, so on the Model Y, the camera is right here at the B pillar, and since there is no B pillar on the CyberCab, then the camera is just at the in this case is on the passenger door on the upper corner outside. Same camera used for Tesla Vision. Alright, and this brings me to the last part, where I want to compare this camera from Tesla Model Y, which is a side camera, with the same side camera and the way it looks like on the Tesla CyberCab. And let me take a moment to find this, and this will basically demonstrate. This will be a picture what I have taken. So here it is. Here it is. So as you can see on Model Y, since the body panels are made of steel, then the camera housing is just a injection molded plastic piece with the camera electronics and everything else inside. Versus on CyberCab, since the body panels are made of sheet molded compound carbon fiber, and that is basically just like a piece of carbon fiber clothes, like my t-shirt, but made of carbon fibers placed at a certain mold, and then they are vacuum sealed in the back, and then this all is baked. So for Tesla, of course, and for any other manufacturer using a carbon fiber sheet molded compound, they just included this part, this triangular part, which is the camera housing. They included in the mold. They placed all the carbon fiber over this bump to create a triangular, and they baked it with this side panel, and the curvature of the side of the car is a single piece with this bump and camera housing, because we don't see any welding over there, and we don't see those to be different parts, but that is just rather one single part, and this also gives us more proof that the skins are actually carbon fiber skins. I think that was pretty much everything what I was able to analyze from the videos I have watched myself, and from all the information I was able to gather, and I hope it was useful and helpful. And if you do enjoy it, please like and subscribe, and I would like to see you in the comments as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next videos. Bye.